Welcome everyone, Farmer Cup here. Today we're going to go over how to grow sorghum, protein peas, and alfalfa on Ischia farm as part of the Ischia farm update. So if this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome to another guide or tutorial video. So link down below here as well, there's the video on grapes, red grapes and white grapes, almonds, and what was the other one, olives, for this map. So I did that on the same field, same test, or same kind of setup and test. So that is linked down below. That's going to come out first, and then this one will come out hopefully right after it. So first off too, if you already have an understanding of how to grow wheat, barley, oats, those types of crops, like grain style crops, then this is okay, you're ready for this video. If you don't, then I have that linked below as well, so go watch that first. That'll give you kind of some background fill, and this is not like a just quick beginner's guide. This is just, hey, here's the basics to these crops, and I'll mention some stuff that you should already kind of be aware of as far as other crops go. So the crops in question that we're talking about: alfalfa, and we'll see if we can't find the other ones on here. Maybe they're further down. Protein peas and sorghum. Sorghum. Anyhow, I'm not sure how to say it. So down below, this is the Vaderstad. So if we go into cedars, these cedars will all have these three crops. So alfalfa, the sorghum, and the protein peas. So they're all on there. So this, I'm using a direct drill. I'm using this guy. It doesn't matter if it's already cultivated, but if it's not cultivated, you can use a direct drill to plant these guys as well. So, and the alfalfa on here, from what I understand, is different than it is on other maps that have alfalfa, and we'll look at that as well. That's kind of more applicable to the harvesting process. So here, down in the bottom right hand corner, I do have the global company icons turned on. That's why they're a little bit more colorful. So you have wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans, oilseed radish, and grass. Those are pretty normal. Then we're moving to alfalfa. Then we're moving to sorghum, or sorghum, and then protein peas. So I'm going to do 2 rows of protein peas, 2 rows of sorghum, and then 2 rows of alfalfa with this cedar, and then we are going to look at those. So basically it's the same thing as regular planting. Everything else I already, for this field, if we go over, let's go to, by the way, on here they have protein peas, sorghum, and then fruit types 1 is alfalfa at the bottom. But if we go over to this screen, there's that's the pavement area. So there's 2 fertilizer states, prowling's not required, and it does not need lime. So everything's good to go in this field as far as all that stuff goes. So we should get max yield. If you don't know about any of those things, you need to go watch that video down below. That'll be important for you. So yeah, so we're gonna get 2 rows of everything. It's gonna be very super quick to get 2 rows of everything on here, and then we're gonna kind of we're gonna get them to grow up. I'm gonna test to see if, well, I think I'll test on a separate one. So I'm gonna turn weeds off. Yeah, they're off for now. So then after we finish this test, then at the very end of this video, boy, they got a lot of, is that poplars in that field? Did they plant sorry, I'm just super curious now. Poplar, good lord, that's gonna take them years to do that. Anyhow, I have a video about that as well. But anyhow, so I'm gonna get all this stuff planted, and then I'm gonna get it to grow up, and then I'll bring you guys back in after we get to that point. All right, so everything is ready to harvest. If we go into the menu here, ready to harvest. But the one thing I want to check on the far end of the field is I want to see about crop destruction and see what of these crops get destroyed with crop destruction on and everything like that. So if we go into the menu just to show you that it is on, we're going to turn it on. Perfect. And okay, so protein peas, the sorghum, and alfalfa as well is getting destroyed. So just be aware of that. Now we're going to go into harvest them. I have a trailer set up here with a combine, and I have a loading wagon in the back, which we're going to go over why we may need that in a little bit here. So let me park this guy out of the way. All right, so let's hop in the combine. And the reason I have this guy out here, because if we go into the store, so I'm using the Massey Ferguson, but if we go into harvesters, all these harvesters all have sorghum, protein peas, and alfalfa, and I'll explain that in a bit. And if we go to headers, they also have, at least the grain or threshing headers, all have those 3 crops on them. So let's take a look here. We're going to go ahead and hire a worker. We're going to see if there is a straw swath or not. I'm guessing not for these, but so it would, oh, I'm going to unfold it, huh? That'd be kind of helpful. So right now it would drop a straw swath if there was one available, because straw swath is not disabled. So if we turn it on, we are getting protein peas and There is no straw swath. Oh, if I enable it, it says it's off now, of course. Enable it. Straw is not available for the current crop type. Perfect. So, and we can hire a worker. All right, there we go. So perfect. So we have that going. If you don't know how to harvest stuff, this is just like basically anything else. So I'm going to see how much we get. This should be a full yield of protein peas, as this is, you know, it's good to go as far as everything goes. It's fertilized, plowed, everything like that. No weeds. So I'm going to let this guy finish, and then I'll bring you guys back in. All right. And he's finishing up with a total of 1752. So if we go into the store and look at protein peas, there is nowhere on this map to buy them. So I don't know about that. That might be a bit of an issue. I'm not sure if you can use it for feed or anything else. I don't know any of the other parts of that, but we do have a new crop on this map. And again, the map just got updated, so they might still have some kinks and stuff to work out. But this should also be taken into any kind of bulk trailer. So let's make sure of that real quick. And fantastic. So it is unloading the protein peas into that. I'm not sure if you got yourself a like sell station or sell anything station from the ModHub, if it would have those on there or not. But anyhow, we can close that baby up, and let's get over to our next crop, the sorghum. I'm going to turn the help menu back on. I'm probably saying that wrong. You guys are probably, if you know how to say it, you're probably like just being driven crazy. But anyhow, let's see how it is. So we're going to enable the straw swath. I don't think it's going to have one, but we'll see. So there you see we are harvesting it, and we'll try to enable straw swath. Oop, I was hitting the wrong button. There we go. So there is a straw swath, looks like, for this one. So we'll take a look at that as well. So that's interesting. So I'm going to get this guy over. We're going to hire him, and then I will see you guys after we complete this harvest. All right, and we are finishing up with this crop, and again, I hired workers to do both of these. We're also going to test and see if these guys grow back. My guess is no. However, it's worth a shot. You never know. So let that finish unloading there. It looks like you got a decent amount off of that. So, all right, and we'll see. It should unload into here just fine. It is perfect. But if we go into here again, there's nowhere to sell it. So I'm not sure about that. Oh, this is, do you see that? That's the straw from sorghum, it looks like. So specific different type. So it looks like it has a different purpose or value there. So that's interesting. I just noticed that in there. There's other crops in here, but we're worried about these two, well, these three now. And then we're also going to worry about the alfalfa a little bit. So, okay, he is unloaded. So this is where, actually, while we're on the sorghum, let's see kind of what we're getting. That's the top in the loading wagon here. Let's see what we're going to get from that. I'm assuming it'll be just like regular stuff, except it'll be a different type of straw or byproduct. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. We are picking it up. Okay. We're going to try to bale this as well. We're going to try to bale this as well. So we're getting sorghum straw. It's a whole different deal. So we'll see if there's bales of that or not. So let me go grab a baler, and then I'll bring you guys back in. All right, here we are back with a baler, and I'm almost guarantee it's going to work, because when I went to go purchase it, if I went into here, it had the sorghum straw on there as well. So well, we'll just confirm that. Lower that pickup down, and we'll turn it on. And there you have it. It is baling it. So we'll see what one of the bales of this looks like. I am super curious to see what it's going to look like. So it doesn't look like we're getting like a ton of straw. Like I think we would get, well, I don't know. We're getting a fair amount. So I'll say maybe we get more off of a regular field, but it looks like we're getting a pretty normal amount off of here. So, and that looks not really a whole lot different than a regular straw bale. So there you have it. We can do that. Turn that off. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about and we're going to harvest is going to be the alfalfa. So remember how I mentioned the alfalfa showed up on the combine's interface. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. And it doesn't really actually get tricky. It's just different. How about that? So if I turn this on, well, I can probably wait till I get a little closer, huh? Turn the help screen on. I hit B to turn this on. We are harvesting the alfalfa. It's showing up in our tank like it's a grain item. So, and it is leaving a swath of essentially what looks like grass. I'm not sure. We're going to test out and see what that is. And we'll see if we can disable it. And we can disable it. So if we don't want any of that, we can do that. And notice there's a gap there when I had it disabled. But the other question would be, if we can do this, can we still mow it? Can we still go that route? And is that grass behind us? Is that alfalfa behind us? So there's still some other questions to be answered with this. So let's stop there. And then we are going to hop into... sure, that'll get us close enough. So yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to use the F11 screen. I'm going to empty this out and we're going to unload that bale. That's the sorghum straw bale. So let's see what we're going to get, if we can bale this or what it's going to be. We're getting just plain grass. Okay, perfect. So we're getting grass off of this. It is baleable. Yeah, I know it's going to pick that up too, but okay. So I'll pull this guy back around here. But with that, so we're getting grass bales off of the back end of that. I do want to see if this is going to regrow. My guess is it will. Yeah, so, and just think about, if we go back to the combine real quick, we got 1,600 liters. If we go into here, over to alfalfa, it's worth $1,200 per 1,000 liter, and you get quite a bit off of the field. So that is something to note as well. We hop back over here. Let's hop in this guy. I do want to see if it picks up as alfalfa or grass. I am assuming it is going to pick up as grass, as grass, sorry. But I just want to double check. I'm just curious. This is what we're doing. We're testing things out to find out if it is any different, and we're getting grass. Okay, we'll turn that off, lift that up. Now the other question I have, we'll empty that out, is if we're doing that, what if we use that mower over there to mow it? Is it going to still mow as, like, because most of the time you can mow alfalfa in other maps, at least where I played with alfalfa on, as it has a different concept to it. So I'm going to lower that down. It's on. Let's see if we can mow alfalfa. And the answer is yes, we can. Okay. And is that grass though, or is that alfalfa? That's what we now have to determine. So we're going to hop back in this guy and we're going to see what it bales into. We're going to empty this guy out. So we have nothing in there. It's 0%. Let's see what it ends up being. Drop that down. We are getting grass bales. So this appears to be grass, but just to confirm, if I hop out of here, hop back into here, we're going to try this as well to see what we get. I'm assuming it's going to be grass again, but it's worth a shot. And there's grass. So there actually is no alfalfa other than what you get in the combine. So the final question I have, which I'm going to leave you guys in, we'll actually have two more questions. One, is any of this going to grow back? I'm assuming this is, and I'm assuming those two aren't, but I want to test that. And then I also want to test about weeds. So I am going to plant, I'm going to grab the planter again, and I'm going to plant a couple of rows over here of just new crop, and then I'm going to see what happens as far as weeds go for that, and see if we get it for the alfalfa, even though it's a grass. So we'll kind of figure that out. So I'm going to go test that out, and I'll bring you guys back in and let you know what's going on. All right, so weeds, protein peas do have weeds. Sorghum has weeds, and the alfalfa also has weeds. Now, as far as things growing back over here, the alfalfa, yes, it grew back. The sorghum and the protein peas, negative. So just as I kind of expected. Anyhow, guys, that is everything from me today. So if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. I'll be happy to look into those and try to figure out an answer for you. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below as well. Let me know. Yeah, and if you have not already, hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of this type or any other videos that I may post. Anyhow, guys, this has been Farmer Cop. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for coming and watching.